Good morning, everyone. This is Collins for Step Up Talks. Today we have Alex. Alex is a fashion designer who is going to come and break it down for us today. Alex, karibu sana. Maybe you can introduce yourself before we get the ball rolling.
My name is Alex Machena Muringi. I am a contemporary African. By contemporary, I mean we are not limited to designing stuff from just like in African designs, but we kind of play around with the designs and we go Western, we go Asian, we go Arabic, we go everywhere. That's why my brand, I call myself a contemporary African fashion designer. So we sort of mix an African concept with any other culture that appeals to us and makes sense and or something that we are trying to explore. My brand is called AfroModern Kenya again, and we are on Facebook and Instagram under the same name, AfroModern Kenya. Yeah.
Fabulous, fabulous. Karibu sana, Alex.
Asante
So
sana.
we can say kwa lugha ya mtaani tunaweza sema wewe ni mtu wa kuchapa watu maluku. Just
Mimi ni yule boy wa malukuluku.
yes, maluku mtu akiwa na form ako bia. Okay,
Yeah,
so karibu sana, karibu sana. Now,
asante.
this is a very interesting industry. When you talk
Yes, it
about
is.
fashion and so, just kindly take us through a brief history of your journey from where you started from to where you are in the industry.
All right. So my background is art. I'm an artist by nature. So mimi ni wale wa kitabu ya chemistry na
Yeah.
physics huko nyuma. I used to draw a lot. When the teacher is asking for questions, I'm busy drawing. So that I think formed up my design career. So I went to Buruburu Institute of Fine Arts.
Yes.
That's where I studied my fashion diploma, and I graduated in fashion and fabric decoration. So all those ideas for batik and tie and dye and block printing, screen printing, it's all that I learned there. But fabric design was not really my thing. I think I prefer one who has already done their fabrics, and then I work with them. So that's why I majored in fashion design. That's where my journey started. After college, that's about when was that? 2005. I worked for a few brands locally, both locally and internationally. And when I came back, I started my brand in 2013. We started out in town, simple place in a store like this where hata kuingia ni shida. It's like three machines or so, and if my client comes with a friend, the friend has to wait outside because the space was so small. But with thank God, we've grown to where we are now. We moved from town in 2016. We came to Haderu Road in a place called Haderu Court in Lavington. That is where we are currently based. And yeah, we have seen our brand grow from just making one outfit for a friend or a family member to hundreds of weddings since then. Because I think that's how I introduced myself in the market as an African fashion designer. So everyone who thought about ratio weddings or just an event that they need to attend and show stock, we were and still are like among the top guys to go to get such an outfit for. So we grew, and here we are now in Hadher Road Estate in Lavington.
Mhm.
Uh,
So your first clients were your friends and your close family uh, members.
yes. See, when I came back, I was I sort of got into a partnership with a friend of mine. His name is Charles. Like,
Yes.
so we went into a partnership under his brand. It's called Charlie's Designs, Charlie's Fashions, and so when I left Charlie's and to start my own, you see, people trust you for as long as you are under someone, like sort of a covering. People will trust you. But now, see, when you step out to go and start your own, people are like, wacha tu tukujaribu na repair here and there. I think I did repairs for about 6 months. You remember these 6 months? I'm still there to pay rent. I
Uh-huh.
still need to go home and come the following day and eat and buy airtime and all that. But somehow God sustained me for 6 months just by doing repair work alone. And then a friend of mine was graduating and she was like, "Oh, but I see you can make this for me." I was like, "Yeah." We did the first outfit. And then a friend who was in that graduation, it was around what, August-ish. And her friend who had a wedding in
Yeah.
December was like, "Ah, where did you get your dress from?" And so she passed on my number and we got the first wedding. In that late December in 2013, we got our first wedding, and
Ah.
I remember I went all out in that wedding. Have you ever even done like beadwork on a dress that didn't even require beadwork? But I was so happy to do my first wedding for 6 months. Man, I overdid myself.
That is very interesting.
Yeah.
Now, uh, before I ask you the next question, because
Mm,
what you've told me is that you started small. You
yeah.
started with repairing clothes. So someone would
Yes.
bring you a cloth that is torn. Na
Yeah.
kuambie weka kiraka hapa, do this and this and this. And
A lot of that.
back
Yes.
in your mind, you are this fashion designer. Yes, you are this person who can cut up this cloth and completely change the look. What
I
was going
know.
through your
Yeah.
mind when you
Uh,
doing that? Yeah.
You see now, as much as you are really trying to advertise yourself, you can't force someone to make an outfit with you. So whenever I was not so busy, I was busy doing other things like display work, like now doing like the best of my works to display. So in that small shop, you could come and see like, oh, you've done this. You can actually do
Mhm.
this. You can do shirts. You can do dresses. You can do this and that. So when guys used to come there for repair work, I was like, oh, by the way, this as well is what we can do. And I started as well dressing up in things like easy and but elegant shirts and jeans that I knew people would ask like, where did you get this? Designs that would catch your eye, and that's how I started now even selling myself. I started wearing stuff every other day, even up to today, even what I'm wearing right now. I make sure that every other day I'm wearing something that I've made and something that I'll meet with the person and they'll be like, where did you get this? I'm like, oh yeah, I do this, man. So that's how it started now, building up the ladder and climbing up. And guys started now trusting me and my work.
Yeah.
They were like, if you can wear this, if you can actually stitch this and wear, then it means it's really good. Can I have one? Can I try? And kidogo kidogo we started getting orders.
Mhm. That is very interesting. Um,
Mhm.
so chini ya maji you're working and chini ya maji you're advertising. That is a very interesting way to play around with the
Yeah,
cards there. Because there is a saying which has been said, more so it has been so profound during these corona times. They usually say
yeah.
man must live. So
Oh yeah.
um, that's very interesting. Now, the next thing that I'd like to ask you, and this will help
Mm-hmm.
some of the people out there, is how did you discover
Mm.
your love for fashion and design?
Funny thing. Do you remember a program that used to air on KBC back in the day called The Bold and the Beautiful?
Yes, yes, yes. Actually, you've said it, and the theme song is now playing in my head. Yes.
You even remember the soundtrack? Dun, 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 dun. Well, so I was a big fan of that program, and for some reason, my mom allowed me to watch that. I usually give this story, and guys are like, "Your mom allowed you to watch The Bold and the Beautiful?" Like back in the day, all that kissing and everything was like, "Oh man, you can't watch that." But I think she saw something in me, because even herself, she used to love design. Mimi in all my primary school
Mm,
sijainunuliwa sweta zote zilikuwa zimeshonwa na my mom. You get so I think I can say I've borrowed part of that from her, and the fact that I really used to love that program, and just watching how Akina Rich
mm,
Forrester would design and create. I think even my entry into bespoke, which is you come, I take measurements, I design for you. My entry into bespoke was formed by what I saw Akina Rich Forrester doing. Like you can sketch, and I was really good in sketching and drawing and designing, and then see the end product made, and you see it on the catwalk, or you see someone wearing that. You're like, wow! As in, I created that thing. So that formed part of my background in design and love for fashion. So now when I went to high school, when I was in high school and those chemistry books at the back, I used to draw a lot of ladies' clothes and gowns and all that. And funny thing, when I applied for a position in BIFA,
mm.
they require you to have like a portfolio of artworks. And guess what I took? my chemistry and physics books, the back pages. And yeah, like guys, this is what I've been drawing. So and I earned a position to the prestigious BIFA.
Wow. Okay, that is interesting. So,
Uh,
to the teachers out there who are punishing kids who are drawing designs at the back of chemistry and biology, they should rethink.
they should think to just you should just encourage them,
Uh,
and even
that is
buy
interesting.
them like an extra exercise book or an extra drawing book. Like don't draw in my book, but you can draw here.
That is very, very interesting. Now, it's very interesting you've brought up your life in high school that led
Mm,
to where you are right now.
oh yeah.
Um, how supportive was the system of your passion?
My what?
How supportive was the
Sorry.
system? Not the school per se, but the
Uh huh.
education system.
Oh, the
How was it
system.
supportive? Was it helping you?
I can say in a good percentage, yes, because like my former college, they really prepared us for the industry. And you see now, when you enter that school, they try and grow your mind to think like a designer, like bring the whole uh, what fame thing and the fashion and lights and cameras and action. They introduce us to a lot of shows. Back in the day, we had a lot of shows, like I don't know, Smirnoff. It was called Smirnoff something. There were so many shows that were happening, and a lot of students from our college were being picked or selected for those shows. So by the time I think I was done with my diploma in 3 years, I had already done about 4 or 5 shows. So I already knew what I was getting myself into.
Mhm.
But now, when you leave school and you start working, you start to realize that life is not all about shows. There's money to be made. There are bills to be paid, because when you're in college, of course, your parents are paying your bills. So the extra money you're making, you can jump around and do shows. But now, when you leave college, it's like a real world. They're not paying for your rent anymore. You're supposed to feed yourself, and you need to work. So I think I lessened more of shows, because they will cost you a lot. They're good for exposure. They're good to to get your mind thinking, and your art
Mhm.
thing going on. But at the end of the day, you see, you spend a lot. So I started now to think like, yes, a designer, but as well as a business person, because I have to pay my guys, the ones that I'm working with. I have to pay myself. I have to pay rent at my place of work. I have to pay rent back at where I live, and I have to live basically. So now you join that and the commercial part of
Yes, yes. Man must
that.
live. That is very interesting.
Man must live.
Yes. Now, that is very, very interesting. So vitu kwa ground ni tofauti. Ukiwa shule,
Sana.
it's a bit different. And when you come to the situation, in a shift as fast as it was in school. That is very
Mhm.
interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, you've talked about how you discovered and how you moved on to actualize your passion.
Mhm.
But there's this very interesting question that is going around,
Yeah.
and people want to know what is fashion. Because if you go back to the 19th century, people
Mhm.
used to wear differently. You come to the
Mhm.
20th and 21st, things are totally
Mhm.
different. Then,
Yes.
as you move on, each generation is coming up with its own things.
Yeah.
Now, utasikia, because when I interact with young people, they
Mhm.
usually talk about old people like this, young people like these other
Mhm.
things. So, what
Yes.
is fashion? How can we define it? Yes.
To me, fashion is an expression of art. At the end of the day, we are all sort of artists, and there is a way. Have you ever gone to to an exhibition, to a gallery shop or an exhibition where there are paintings, and one painter has painted a person in either blue or red or whatever. The other one has done like a proper person in our complexion or in the complexion that he thinks is supposed to be the one for human beings, and they will both explain their arts. The guy who has painted a red guy will tell you, I'm a creator, this is how I feel, and they can explain their art and they explain it like selling like them expensive. And the other artists can as well explain their art. So to me, at the end of the day, we are all sort of artists, and fashion is like a form of an expression. There's a way that everyone wants to express themselves and want to be, understood and received and felt. You get. So that's why you see the fashion is ever changing. Fashion is ever changing. Yes, yes, there are things that factor in design and trends that are coming up. If you look like, for example, like why denim or jeans came about, it was when it was like a uniform to do coal mining back in the day, and they were looking for a fabric that can really endure that duration and heat and can serve people for so long. But then it ended up being like a fashion
Mm.
outfit up to now. It will never go out of fashion, but it keeps on changing. You know, it's faded jeans this season. The next season it's ragged jeans like what is in right now. We had flared. We have now skinny jeans. We have stretch jeans even for men. As in, it keeps on changing. But at the end of the day, all these options are there. But how is one? How does one wants to be perceived, or how is one as an artist wants to how does one want to express themselves? So to me, fashion is like an express, not like, it's actually a form of expression, a personal form of expression. I hope I have not mixed you up, but
So, no, no, you've actually changed my mind because what I've always believed is get a
Mhm.
good suit, black,
Yeah,
navy blue. You see the common things. But from
yes,
what
yes.
you're wearing,
Uh,
I think I've changed my mind, and also what you've told me, it's an expression. So
yes,
let's take, for example, what you're wearing right now,
yes,
the very lovely coat.
yeah.
What was the inspiration behind that design?
I don't know if I can stand a bit for you to see this jacket. It's a tax jacket.
So,
The design, the design for the
mm,
collar, I've borrowed it from the formal tuxedo jacket, right? And then
mhm.
the fabric is African because I love African so much. I love African working with African fabric so much. So assuming we go for an event where everyone is supposed to, to do jackets and everything, and I honestly I don't feel like wearing. that, what is available out there and what everyone else will be wearing. I want an outfit that is going to introduce me. And I enter a room in this and you'll be like, oh, okay. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's again, it's a form of expression. This is how I would like to express myself. This is how I would like to go to an event looking. It's still formal. It has that feel of formality, but yet it's playful, it's edgy, it's fun, it's not restrictive. I don't have to keep on, ushaivaa suit unasikia tu kukaa tu formal, and I think our mindset is formal is like almost suffering. But then I don't want to be in an outfit like I look like I'm suffering. I want to be in an outfit that I'll have
Yes,
fun.
yes.
I'll feel excited in it, and I'll be happy, man. So, and that forms a lot of our designing process and our outfits. You see them, and you just want to be
Ah,
in them. Mm.
that's that's actually very interesting. There's a time you wear a suit and you feel like a robot.
I know,
There's a
man.
certain way you cannot even swing your hands, and that's a very interesting way of looking at it.
uh,
So,
yeah, like when you were designing for weddings, I'm
you've
always
talked
telling guys,
about
sorry,
yes. Sorry, I lost you for a moment.
sorry, I'm saying. I was saying that when you were designing outfits for like a wedding or
Hello,
for
sorry.
someone,
Just continue. Sorry.
yeah, when we are designing outfits for a wedding,
Yes.
always advise the guys, you're gonna be in that wedding for about 6 hours or so. Do you want to be in that outfit feeling like you're back in the office, like you have been like the whole week, or you want to have fun in that wedding? Or that event that, because mostly we do a lot
Yes.
of events, outfits for events. Do you want to be confined, feel confined in that event, or you're in that event to have fun and take your mind off the busy week and have fun on a Saturday like this, and or tomorrow on a Sunday and Monday you're back to the office, to a boss or to clients or to whatever the situation in your office is like. But for this particular moment, you want to feel good, you want to feel easy, you want to feel excited, you want to forget all that. So clothes have a way of making you feel like that, or rather giving you a different feel. They're clothes you wear and you just be like, oh my, I can't wait to get out of this outfit, either because of the fitting, the wrong choice of fabric, as opposed to the weather, the size of that outfit, just the outlook of that outfit. They just have a way that they speak to you. Other than I'm sure there's that one outfit you rock and you feel like, woo, you're on top of the world, right?
Yeah. Everything is okay.
Yeah, yeah.
True. True.
They have a certain high.
Now, from one of our viewers, um,
Uh-huh.
true. Now, from one of our viewers, there's a question here. This is from
Uh-huh.
Patrick Wanambisi,
Uh-huh.
and he's saying, "My close friend who has tried to get into this business is
Uh-huh.
asking, how do you push your sales
Okay.
to have a frequent and regular income?"
Um, Personally, we do a lot of uh, one-on-one best selling to our clients, because we have like a list of long and many serving clients that we sell to on WhatsApp. If you look at my status right now, it's full of outfits. We actually have a sale where everything is going at 1,000, a clearance sale. So guys who are watching, please come to Kanderu Court in Lavington and get like amazing stuff for 1,000. These were stuff that were going for as high as 4,500, shirts at 3,500, tops at 2,500, but we've done a flat price sale at
Mhm.
1,000. We do social media as well. That's Facebook and Instagram, and a lot of reaching out to clients, because our brand is mostly a bespoke brand. We are slowly venturing out into ready to wear, and that's what we've been building that line for the last about a year. So our bespoke clients, we reach out to them personally. We send
Mm.
messages whenever we're having offers, whenever there's something that is coming up, whenever we're having new fabrics, we are always posting. Yeah. So
So
keep your
you do a
clients
lot of
knowing
online marketing.
online, yeah.
Hmm.
And as well reaching out to your clients, like communicate to your clients, like let them know you have these designs which are new, you have new fabrics, you have new ideas, you have new offers, as in wasikai like a whole week they have not heard from you.
Mm.
Mm.
That's a very interesting way. So you engage your customers
Engage, actually the word is
as
engage,
frequent
yes,
as possible, and
engage, yeah, as
also
frequent as I can. So, sorry.
yes. So it means you have to be very active. At least every week you have something new for them. It means you have to
Mm.
be very active, and
Yes.
every week you
Uh-huh.
have to have something new for your clients.
Mm.
Mhm, mhm. That was a question from Patrick Wanambisi. Thank you
Mm.
very much for that question. Now, allow me to move on to another question, which actually I think has been touched on by this question from our viewer. So, what are some of the challenges that you go through in the industry?
I hope there's someone from the government listening or
Yes,
watching,
sure they are.
to do with the kind of laws that govern the country as in our industry, because we face a lot of competition from, of course, the usual Mutumba or second-hand clothes.
Mhm.
And the fact that I think in Kenya, people are still into the culture of slowly getting into the culture of African fashion. I tell a person I'm a fashion designer, I do, African fashion, and they're like, yeah, I'll look for you when I have an event. And that is what we are trying to demystify, that African fashion is not for events. Today, I'm not in an event. I'm rocking a very nice jacket, man, that doesn't need an event. I think until we change that mindset of African fashion, so to speak, kitenge ni ya function, we are going to move. If you look at the countries that even our fabrics come from, West Africa, South Africa, those people don't need an event. As in, they rock their outfits like Monday to Monday, and they are proud of of their products and of their designs, just like their music. Sorry for another day. And I think
It's
another challenge that as
it's very very true.
I know it's a very sensitive issue, play Kenyan music. Uh, so another challenge that I face personally is choice of fabrics, because our fabrics are
Yes.
limited. Where we buy fabrics is really, it's like a what fabric district. We call it fabric district, textile city, textile, Nairobi textiles. It's a small place with so many shops selling almost like the same thing. So you as a client, you've seen something that you like online and all that, and you're like, can I get the same? But mostly we are not able to get the same. And I'm quick to tell my clients, I will not promise the same now, but maybe something close. If we are lucky to get the same, then that would be awesome. Again, because we don't have that culture of kushonesha nguo, so even the fabrics that the guys who are selling fabrics, some of our fabric vendors, they don't have like a variety of choices maybe to bring in or to buy and to offer us. So you'll see that you will be limited in your choice of fabrics. You will be limited in where you are getting those fabrics and all that. So if maybe the reason why I'm saying, if I hope that there's a person from the government listening, if Mutumba was banned today and we are told, you know what, Kenya, it would be like Rwanda or TZ, that's where there's no more Mutumba. It would mean that our industry is growing. All those companies that are shut down in Thika Textiles and Thika Mills and Rift Valley, Tango River Texas, they would open up. Farmers would go back to farming cotton and all those linen plantations that died and all that, and we will be back to a country that is producing their own. The same guys who are buying. See, our shirts might be expensive because I need to do like one shirt for you. It will cost me time, fabric, labor, and all that. But if you come to me, you want like 20 shirts to go and sell. Of course, the prices will go down. You get, because we are dealing with volume, we're dealing with numbers. But for as long as it's 2 out of 10 guys, making outfits or rather, going to a designer or a tailor, so to speak, to have their outfits made, we'll continue facing the same challenges of fabric, of this and that. Yeah,
Economics of scale.
my friend. Yeah.
That's very true. Now, there's a very interesting thing that you've talked about. The laws and policies that we have in the country do not favor designers, uh, and because it allows the issue of tumbas and also the levies that you have. Oh, sorry, no, the mindset that our Kenyan people have on you have to have an event to put on an African wear. Actually, I think
Yes.
a lot of us are guilty of that. I will personally also admit to it because what we do is I have a weekend out. I'll take out my African wear, put it on,
Yes.
and from Monday to Friday, I'll put on suits and the other kind of clothes. It's actually a
Uh,
good challenge, and I'd like to challenge people out to change that mindset. Let's do African every day, if possible.
and do you know something else? The reason why I call myself a contemporary African fashion designer is because, again, as I said when we were starting out the program, is that we just don't design African fabric. You get, there are fabrics, there are other fabrics that we work with. We do formal,
Hmm.
formal outfits. We do a lot of weddings and all that. So it doesn't have to be African like the whole week, but it can be something that is custom. Let's talk about custom made. You can custom make your outfits, even if it's those formal outfits, the formal suits, formal jackets, formal dresses, but custom, as in custom made in Kenya. Actually, I think that's what you should be talking about. Not even Africa, it's made in Kenya, because again, no, not everyone will want to sell, the African fabric. Someone, not everyone sells African fabric, but there are guys here who buy very nice fabrics from all over the world and sell them here. So we can have custom made or Kenyan made, or yeah, made in Kenya suits, made in Kenya what work dresses. The thing is selling Kenyan made, not necessarily African. You get. Because not every designer out there is African. And as well as a designer, I'm not like just doing African only. It's just maybe for events and all that. So it's just that aspect of custom made and made in Kenya that we're trying to voice. But yes, you can have your suits that you don't have to buy them in Turkey. Hiyo pesa umepeleka Turkey na nini na nini, you can come to AfroModern and they suit you up, you know that gown that a lady will buy from China via what, via or online rather, you can come to us or any other designer out there, a renowned designer or a tailor that we trust who has done, tremendous work before, and you can have the same design made here. Yeah.
That is actually very powerful, and I like it. Let's do made in Kenya.
Yeah.
Whatever
Made in,
make you want, let's try our best and do made in Kenya. I like that so much because for us to grow, we have to grow each other.
yeah,
That
so
is
true.
very, very powerful. Now, there's another question from Patrick Wanambisi again,
Uh-huh.
and he's asking, do you
Uh-huh.
have predefined clientele uh, or do you establish clients' preferred fashion wear?
Do I do what? I didn't get that.
So, do you have a predefined clientele that you know their tastes and you make clothes for them, or do
Mm-hmm.
you establish it? Do you come with your design and you show them and you make them like what you have?
So I think for us, what has happened over the years is that there's a way that we introduce ourselves in the market,
Hmm.
and there are people who have believed in our designs, and up to now, they when they think of something, when they think of going to a place, they they don't go far. They, as in they, they don't even go far to think about like what am I going to wear. They just know when I go to Alex of AfroModern, he's going to sort us out, or he's going to sort me out. So I think that has happened, and of course you get clients who, there's now the internet and everything. The guys have ideas, guys have gathered ideas on what they would want based on their shape, based on their fabric they have, based on their event, and even that we allow. We are not like cut on stone that we have to design for you. You can come up with a design. Only the only thing that we will do is basically advice like this according to your body, according to the fabric that you've come with, according to the event, maybe or even according to your complexion. It's not going to go.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's very, very interesting. So you advise them and you introduce yourself in a way that you will not have to uh, look for someone who has the same taste as you, but you give them
Yeah,
what you have and you work with
yeah,
it. You are flexible to move around. Mhm.
totally, yeah.
Now, I have shared some of your works, and
Mm-hmm.
I can see something like suit or something of the sort. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you can describe it for us.
Um,
Yes, you can see the shade.
that uh, yeah, yes, yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Sorry, you can see the shared screen. I have shared a screen that has some of your works, and I wanted just to pick one, and you tell us something about it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I can see one here. We have a lady who is having a very beautiful dress. Behind the dress, if it's not an
Uh-huh.
event, just what was the inspiration?
I think have I lost it?
Sorry.
I'm trying to retrace it, just the video.
Yes.
Oh, the blue dress over there, right?
Yes. Yes.
So this lady, she travels a lot. She usually has amazing fabrics, and she wanted something that she can feel good in,
Hmm.
uh, still go to the in-laws with.
Hmm.
So we did that outfit that it's a bit long. It covers her leg nicely, and I was like, you know what, you're not going to live forever at your in-laws. You're just going to do a visit. So why don't we do an outfit that it will serve well at the in-laws, and even after, you love wearing that outfit. And that's how we came about with that outfit.
That is interesting. So we can call it hybrid dress.
Yeah.
That is very, very interesting. There is this one, a lady in blue, and I think this is orange black.
Mhm. Keep on looking at this. Oh, the blue and orange, right? The blue silk and the orange.
Yes, yes,
Uh, yeah, that was it was
yes,
she was going for a dinner.
yes.
Again, when you hear dinner, everyone thinks, red, black, and she wanted to really stand out. She was single then, so she wanted to stand out. You never know where you're going to meet your person. So we designed that. It's in African fabric. So I'm sure when she walked in that room, everyone, even the camera switched from the usual black and red to her, because it's a dress, again, that, as I was saying before, an outfit that introduces you. It's not the usual that people are expecting for what for dinner, because we are used to Western, phony draping and long. But then we did a bit of African, a bit in that fabric. We mix it. Now this is what I call contemporary African fashion design. It's not totally African. It's a mixture of African and Western. From the design, from the choice of fabric, it's what? It's a mixture of both.
Mhm.
Mm.
This is very interesting. When I heard you talk about dress, it's really interesting because I expected it to be maybe a wedding dress or a show or something in that direction. That is very interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was
Now,
yeah.
mhm. Uh, okay, okay, that's very very interesting. Now, because of time, we've really gone beyond budget in terms of time. So I'd like you
Mhm,
to give the youth out there a word of advice on
mhm,
how to work out their way in this
mhm,
industry. Because I know from what I've heard, what you said, it's not a walk
mhm.
in the park. It is not a bed of
Yeah,
roses. Yeah.
true.
So a word of advice. Yes.
Um, what I can tell, maybe anyone who wants to enter this industry, is, first of all, maybe after school, after everything, get some employment first. Be employed somewhere. Hello?
Mhm.
Be employed somewhere. See how
Yes, yes,
that
I can
person.
hear you. Carry on. Mhm. Sorry, I seem to have lost you for a moment there. Alex, can you hear me? Okay, so we seem to have lost Alex right at the end, but from when he started, and he's telling us he started in high school drawing behind his chemistry, biology books as a designer in the making, then went on to get his professional training, and now he's in the market, and we've seen his very beautiful work. So I advise the youth out there, follow your dream. Start small, but dream big. Let your dream scare you, but always be willing to start small, because he started by repairing clothes, and then slowly by slowly he moved on to now where he is with his company AfroModern, fashion and design. I'd like to thank our viewers, everyone who joined us today. Thank you very much. Let's do Made in Kenya. as much as possible. Let's take care of ourselves during these Corona times. Until next time, Step Up Talks will be with you next week on Saturday, same time, same place. Keep it locked. Bye bye.